Roy Colver grew up in a town with a heart full of contradictions. Some folks revered the military, seeing service as a noble calling. Others questioned its purpose, wary of conflict and sacrifice. Roy felt the weight of these opposing views. He saw the pride in the eyes of veterans and the worry etched on the faces of mothers sending their sons off to war. This internal conflict brewed within him. Roy was a young man searching for direction. He wanted to understand courage, sacrifice, and duty. He yearned for something bigger than himself, a chance to test his limits and find his place in the world. The Marines represented all of this. It was a challenge, a crucible, a brotherhood. Despite the divided opinions in his town, Roy knew in his heart that the call to serve was his own. He made the decision. The weight of his hometown's expectations momentarily lifted. It wasn't about choosing a side, but about choosing himself. With a mix of apprehension and resolve, he stepped onto the bus, leaving behind the comfort of the familiar and heading straight into the unknown. Boot camp was a shock to the system. Gone were the familiar comforts of home, replaced by the harsh demands of military life. The drill instructors were relentless. They broke down Roy and his fellow recruits, stripping away their individuality and forging them into a single unit. Days were long and arduous, filled with physical and mental challenges that pushed them to their absolute limits. Sleep was a luxury. Food was fuel. Every moment was a test of their strength, resilience, and willpower. Yet, within the crucible of boot camp, a strange kind of beauty emerged. The recruits started to rely on each other. They shared burdens, celebrated small victories, and found strength in their shared struggle. Individuality melted away, replaced by an unshakable bond of brotherhood. The world outside faded away. Politics and opinions no longer mattered. The only focus was the man next to you, the mission at hand, and the unwavering belief in the strength of the unit. Roy was no longer the same young man who had stepped off the bus just weeks earlier. He was a Marine, forged in fire and ready to face any challenge. Military life took Roy across the globe. He experienced the world in a way few civilians ever could, witnessing both the beauty and the harsh realities of life. He saw the sun rise over tranquil seas and set over desolate landscapes. He felt the warmth of gratitude from those he helped and the sting of hostility from those who opposed their presence. One moment he was greeted with cheers and open arms in a port city. The next he was met with suspicion and resentment in a war-torn land. The world was a kaleidoscope of cultures, beliefs, and experiences, and Roy absorbed it all. He learned to navigate the complexities of human nature, to see the world through different lenses, and to appreciate the common threads that connected us all. The world was a classroom, and Roy was an eager student. He learned the value of adaptability, the importance of respect, and the true meaning of service. With each passing deployment, with each new experience, Roy grew, not just as a Marine, but as a human being. Yellow ribbons and introspection. Coming home was a bittersweet experience. Roy returned to a nation divided by the same sentiments that had filled his own hometown years earlier. Yet there was a difference this time. He saw the yellow ribbons tied around trees, the welcome home banners draped across streets, and the heartfelt gratitude in the eyes of strangers. For some, the yellow ribbons were a symbol of support for the troops, a way to express their thanks for the sacrifices made. For others, they represented a silent protest, a way to acknowledge the service while questioning the reasons behind it. Roy saw it all. He understood the complexities of the emotions these ribbons evoked, the mix of pride, relief, grief, and anger. He had seen the faces of war, the cost of conflict, the indelible marks it left on both the victors and the vanquished. He knew that no ribbon, no parade, no words could truly encapsulate the full spectrum of his experiences. Roy returned home a changed man, forever marked by his service, and he carried the weight of those experiences with quiet dignity. From discipline to serenity. Life after the military was an adjustment. The structure and camaraderie that had defined Roy's world were gone, replaced by the complexities and uncertainties of civilian life. He had learned discipline, resilience, and leadership in the Marines, but he realized that true peace came from within. Roy embarked on a journey of self-discovery, seeking solace in meditation, mindfulness, and spiritual exploration. He delved into ancient wisdom traditions, finding resonance in the teachings of compassion, forgiveness, and inner peace. The discipline he had honed in the Marines became a foundation for his spiritual practice, providing him with the focus and determination to navigate the inner landscapes of his mind. He discovered that the true battles were often fought within, and the greatest victories were those won over our own limitations and fears. Roy's life became a testament to the power of transformation, a journey from soldier to sage, proving that strength and compassion could coexist, and that peace could be found even in the aftermath of chaos.